Construction for Universal Orlando's upcoming theme park has hit another major milestone. The tallest ride at Epic Universe has seen its highest point installed, and was even topped off with a flag. But that wasn't the only notable thing since our last update. Let's check in on major developments happening in all areas of Epic Universe, as well as what new permits and trademarks can tell us about the Dragons and Monsters lands in today's news update. The park's tallest and fastest ride, a dual-track launched roller coaster, has seen its highest track pieces installed. Expected to be named Starfall Racers, this roller coaster was manufactured by Mach Rides, who has actually patented this particular section of the ride. Rumored to have been nicknamed the Celestial Spin, this unique maneuver has the two dueling tracks rotate around each other at slightly different intervals. The track sections even appear to line up with illustrations submitted along with the patent by the company. As part of the topping off of this project's tallest point, an American flag has been placed. This is common with construction projects where a flag, or sometimes a tree, is placed at the highest point to celebrate the milestone. This may actually be the tallest point within the theme park itself. So this milestone is not only for the roller coaster project, but for the entire Epic Universe park as a whole. The roof over the attraction's station and launches has started to be installed for this attraction since our last update as well. The other ride for the park's central hub area has continued to have more of its dome supports installed. This attraction is expected to be a spinning flat ride, likely named Constellation Carousel, and these supports are shown as holding a stained glass style dome over the ride. This round carousel attraction will be surrounded by the park's central water feature on its right side. Many of the dome supports will be partially underwater. Pipes continue to be installed related to this and other water features for the hub. It is rumored that there will be some water jet fountains within this central lagoon, which these pipes may have been installed for. And this is separate from the large Bellagio-style fountain display, which is being built just north of the carousel's lagoon. Over at the land based on DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon, the second statue near the land's entrance has received some paint. This Viking statue's bright colors have not yet received the top coat and details like the dragon statue, which will make it appear weathered and somewhat metallic. This view gives us some perspective on just how large these statues are, with a worker seen near the Viking statue's helmet. The statues sit within a lagoon where other scenic elements are receiving paint, including the rocks at the base of the statues themselves. The roller coaster for this land is starting to see its station area enclosed. The station seems to look like it may be themed as stables, with an almost barn-like appearance as the framing starts to go up. Nearby, the ride's first launch is also being enclosed. This will be one of 2 launches for this Intamin manufactured roller coaster. It is rumored that the 2 launch sections of the ride may contain some story and theming details inside of their enclosed structures. Just beside this area, a retail location's framing looks complete. This store, which has been expected to be the coaster's exit gift shop, is attached to bathrooms, which are connected to the land's Great Hall themed dining location. Thanks to new permits, we're getting an idea of what these structures are referred to internally between contractors working on the project. A contract that was filed with Orange County for work related to this land confirms that this is the coaster exit retail location and is connected to what they call restroom number 2. The document does not refer to the restaurant as the Great Hall, instead calling it Mead Hall. It does, however, confirm what they're calling Burke Mountain will be part of this particular building. We have mentioned before how a large forced perspective mountain will be built atop this round dining hall to create a backdrop for the land. And that's not the only document offering us some insight into the Dragon's land since our last update, as we've seen 2 new trademarks that may be for retail locations within the land. One is for Toothless's Treasure, and is filed for retail store services featuring apparel, gifts, and general consumer merchandise. The other trademark application is for how to treat your dragon, and is described as used for a candy store featuring confections, baked goods, and more. This aligns with permits for a candy store within the land located near the lagoon. Checking in at Super Nintendo World, work continues around the portal into the land, but also along the backdrop wall that separates the land from the rest of the park. Zooming in, we can see small hilltop shapes being formed along the top of this backdrop. Compare these shapes to how this area looks at Universal Studios Japan. Inside of the land, the future Mario Kart entrance structure is being enclosed, as well as other interactive areas around the upstairs section of the Mushroom Kingdom. In the Donkey Kong section, behind the Mushroom Kingdom, the false track is receiving the jagged-themed sections that make it appear as though the track has been cut, leaving gaps in the track that it will appear that our minecart is jumping over. The real track is the sideways section below this area, but you can now see the jagged ends where it's made to look like the track is cut off. Inside of the Universal Monsters themed area of Epic Universe, expected to be called Dark Universe, new permit details may have revealed several secrets for the area's main attraction. According to the documents filed publicly with Orange County, this attraction will feature an exit gift shop on the right front of its large manor facade. The permit documents reveal that the ride will have a single rider line, and will feature double-sided lockers similar to those seen at Velocicoaster. Just like that ride, these lockers will be available for guests to stash their personal items before load, near the end of the queue. This attraction is expected to require lockers for bags and loose articles because it will feature a Kuko ride system, similar to Harry Potter in the Forbidden Journey. In fact, it looks as though the center track for the ride vehicles may have already arrived on site to Epic Universe. These special pieces of track allow wheels to pinch either side, propelling the vehicles forward as the wheels turn against it. This appears to be the exact same type of pinch track seen on Forbidden Journey. These track pieces are being staged within the Epic Universe team member parking lot, which is located behind the park near the Dark Universe section. A new trademark application was filed by Universal for the term Darkmoor Tattoo. This mark is for use in retail related to temporary tattoos, face paint, and body art. It's notable for Epic Universe because Darkmoor has been the rumored name for the fictional village where the Dark Universe land will take place, and this trademark seems to prove that rumor true. Checking in across the park at the Wizarding World land, the first details for the land's entry arch are taking shape. The shapes along the bottoms of the arch, as well as the sides, seem to line up with the decorative elements of the real Porte Saint-Denis arch in Paris, which we've expected this one to have been based on. Inside of the land, the forced perspective scene at the end of the main street appears to have started construction. These tower elements behind the partially constructed stairs to nowhere will likely hold the forced perspective version of the Sacré-Cœur Basilica. This piece of concept art from the second Fantastic Beasts film may offer a glimpse into how this area may look once complete. Guests will not be allowed to ascend the complete staircase, which should create enough distance between guest areas and this forced perspective skyline display to give the illusion that it's actual size, but further away than it appears. Checking in on the 3 hotels for Epic Universe, work on the one at the back of the park, known as Project 910, hasn't been moving very quickly, but some minor changes can be seen since our last check-in. The guest parking garage behind the hotel is making quick progress. We can now see the center entrance area for this hotel taking shape on the side that faces into the theme park. Zooming out from this area, concrete shapes leading from the park's large fountain display line up with the center of the hotel. Once complete, these concrete circles will be filled with water, creating a cascading water feature leading all the way from the hotel to the park's fountain. Across the street from Epic Universe, the other two Universal hotels are making much quicker progress. The one that looks fairly complete, Project 912, is seeing its pool shape carved into the earth. Looking at the Project 912 hotel from the ground, it seems like the exterior walls are receiving a lattice structure all around the rounded windows. Perhaps this structure will be used to add themed elements or some sort of shell to the outside of the hotel. Next door, its sister hotel, known as Project 913, has already gone vertical since our last update. Wasting no time at all, pre-formed concrete walls for this hotel are being raised into place at a rapid pace. And before we wrap up, let's check in on the new theme park's future entrance. This section of the park has received a lot of progress in recent weeks, with the future ticket booth structure now being erected. Rather than placing ticket booths in front of the park's entrance like the current Universal Orlando theme parks, which would block the view of the park's entry arch, ticketing is being placed off to the right for Epic Universe. The large rounded roof structure will be used for a single covered queue for all guests to purchase tickets for the park. These new footers that were recently installed are likely for what permits and site plans refer to as the security and turnstile section of the park entry area. And one last thing to check on, there are now supports on the left side of the entry as well as the right, which may be for the park's arch. That's going to wrap it up for this update, but a huge thank you to BioReconstruct for the amazing aerial photographs. You can follow him on Twitter for more incredible theme park photos. Be sure to leave a like on this video and comment if you're enjoying our coverage of the new park. And make sure you're subscribed to never miss an update. For even more information, as well as behind-the-scenes posts, your name in the credits, and more, consider joining our Patreon to support what we do. Patreon.com/themeparkstop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.